Commonwealth Museum, located within the Massachusetts Archives facility on Columbia Point, is the official state history museum of Massachusetts. Since 1962, the museum has served as the exhibit arm of the Massachusetts Archives. Administered by the Massachusetts Secretary of the Commonwealth, William F. Galvin, the Commonwealth Museum is both a cultural experience and an educational resource. The featured exhibit, Our Commonwealth, the Massachusetts Experiment in Democracy, relates major historical themes to current issues, tracing our inspiring ideals in a dramatic, informative, and entertaining venue, while tracing the gradual extension of rights to all American citizens and its impact on the nation. We enter the museum by walking down the decks of the ship Arbella. In 1630, Massachusetts' first governor, John Winthrop, sailed across the Atlantic on the Arbella, bringing with him a royal charter from the King of England and founded the Massachusetts Bay Colony. As we walk down the ship's deck, we enter the museum's main hallway and can see the entrances to the exhibit's 5 main galleries. Each gallery features innovative, interactive components designed by Emmy Award-winning media specialists and thematic development supervised by a board of leading scholars, including 2 Pulitzer Prize winners. The exhibit's first gallery explores the development of the Massachusetts Bay Colony by the Puritans and their interaction with the Native Americans indigenous to the region. These formative years have left a legacy of representative self-government that is still with us today. The interactive touch table allows visitors to explore this period of Massachusetts development through virtual replications of the primary source documents held in the archives collection. Additionally, the Salem Witch Trials game allows visitors to take a first-hand look into the Puritans' distinct social conventions. The second gallery in the exhibit highlights the role Massachusetts played in the American Revolution and the War of Independence. Many Massachusetts citizens had leading roles in the American Revolution, including Samuel Adams and John Hancock. The interactive Patriot or Tory computer station engages visitors with the difficult decisions faced by many colonists on the eve of the Revolution. Should they stay loyal to the King of England or join the Revolution and fight for their liberty? Several pivotal events in the Revolution unfolded in the Commonwealth, such as the shots heard around the world at Lexington and Concord, the Boston Tea Party, and the Boston Massacre. Based on a painting by Henry Pelham, Paul Revere engraved and printed this image of the Boston Massacre that is perhaps the most well-recognized image of the American Revolution. The original copper plate Revere engraved this famous image onto is part of the archives collection and is on display here at the museum. The third gallery outlines the development of the Massachusetts Constitution and its influence on the United States Constitution. John Adams, a Massachusetts resident and the second president of our nation, drafted the Massachusetts Constitution as a subcommittee of one in 1779. Several of the ideas that Adams outlined in the Massachusetts Constitution, as well as the language he used in the document's preamble, later became incorporated into the United States Constitution. The Know Your Rights interactive video presents 6 cases where citizens' constitutional rights are challenged. In this exercise, visitors' knowledge of civil liberties guaranteed by the Federal Bill of Rights is put to the test. The Massachusetts Constitution paved the way for the abolishment of slavery within the Commonwealth. The freedom suits presented to the Massachusetts courts by alleged slaves Quock Walker and Elizabeth Freeman appeal to Article 1 of the Massachusetts Constitution that maintains all men are born free and equal. These freedom suits proved slavery to be inconsistent with the new state constitution. Soon after, slavery was abolished in Massachusetts. The fourth gallery focuses on the reform movements of the mid to late 19th century, including women's suffrage, education reform, and abolitionism, as well as the rapid industrialization of the northern economy. This gallery depicts the efforts of the trailblazing reformers Dorothy Dix, Lucy Stone, William Lloyd Garrison, and Frederick Douglass to broaden the scope of American democracy. The transformation of the northern economy into an industrial powerhouse during the 19th century changed how many Massachusetts citizens lived and worked. Factory workers faced long hours of dangerous and monotonous labor. The interactive factory game gives visitors a chance to see what it was like to be a typical worker in a textile mill. Lastly, the lives of children and immigrant factory workers are explored to give visitors a better understanding of the human lives behind industrialization. The Civil War Lab is an interactive space designed as a hands-on activity area for visitors. Using the Civil War period as a theme, the space combines computer programming and tactile activities in a space that reflects the environment of a typical archival setting. Visitors are able to closely examine authentic Civil War era artifacts to gain a better understanding of what it was like to live through this turbulent time in American history. 2 touchscreen computer stations provide a deeper look into Massachusetts' role in the Civil War. These stations depict the experiences of the 54th Massachusetts, the nation's first federally authorized African-American military unit. Through these hands-on resources, visitors can expand their understanding of this monumental conflict in American history. The Commonwealth Museum also features a movie theater that is modeled after a colonial-era Massachusetts town hall setting. The film focuses on the struggle for labor rights, the women's suffrage movement, and the advancement of civil rights. It features a 3-screen video presentation, audio elements, and holographic imagery of significant historical figures. This film takes the exhibit's story into the 20th and 21st centuries, connecting its main themes with the present day. The highlight of the Commonwealth Museum is without question the Treasures Gallery. In this gallery, 5 of the Massachusetts Archive's most significant documents are on display for public viewing. This collection includes original copies of the Charter of the Governor and Company of the Massachusetts Bay Colony, the Charter of the Province of the Massachusetts Bay, the Constitution of the Commonwealth of Massachusetts, the Declaration of Independence, and the Federal Bill of Rights. In 1629, King Charles I granted this charter to the Massachusetts Bay Company. Governor John Winthrop brought the charter across the Atlantic to Massachusetts. The Puritans transformed the charter from its initial purpose as a business contract to serve as a framework of government for the developing Massachusetts colony. In 1684, King Charles II revoked the colonial charter of 1629. After nearly 7 years, King William III and Queen Mary granted a new charter to Massachusetts. The Massachusetts Bay Colony now included the former Plymouth Colony, Maine, and the Cape Cod Islands. This charter remained the basic framework of government until 1774. Drafted in 1789, the Federal Bill of Rights contains the first 10 amendments to the United States Constitution. 14 parchment copies of the proposed amendments were created and sent to the 13 original states for ratification. Congress also kept 1 copy that is now on display at the National Archives. During the Revolutionary War, the Continental Congress ordered that an authentic copy of the Declaration of Independence be made. Mary Catherine Goddard printed these authentic copies in Baltimore, Maryland. These official copies of the Declaration made public for the first time the names of all those who signed this famous document. On January 31st, 1777, John Hancock, the President of the Continental Congress, sent this copy to Massachusetts. It is one of 4 Goddard broadsides still held by state archives. In 1779, a Massachusetts Constitutional Convention requested that John Adams prepare a draft of a new state constitution. Ratified in 1780, the Constitution of the Commonwealth of Massachusetts is the oldest written document still used for governance in the world. Although amended, it has never been replaced. State-of-the-art cases designed specifically for these documents by the National Institute of Standards and Technology and the Department of Mechanical Engineering at the Massachusetts Institute of Technology keep the documents in an environment safe from humidity, light, and other dangers, allowing for their permanent display. Thank you for watching the Commonwealth Museum's virtual tour. For more information or to contact us, please visit our website or follow us on Facebook. Please come and visit us in person, Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m.